Good afternoon, ladies. Today we'll be doing our sales report this week. And I like to say good job to you guys both. You both have increased on your sales and you're working well with your customers and with your peers. Do you have any questions? No questions for me.
Yeah, I have a question actually. What is this?
Excuse me, I don't think you should have your boyfriend. I think you should put your phone away.
Okay, I'm gonna put the phone away. But this looks like my boyfriend and you
Okay.
on Instagram.
All right. Now let's go handle this.
Okay, we can have a talk.
Okay, come on.
I'm coming back though, you know. My boyfriend.
I'm so sorry, boy. You demonstrated is very unprofessional. I just can't have it in the workplace. So I feel like after this meeting, we should have a meeting with you and Sierra both and come up with steps so that we can improve your behavior and your professionalism.
I apologize. I think we can have that. It won't happen again.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so what you just saw was our scenario of how to resolve conflict between two employees. And a great manager should demonstrate great leadership skills already when it comes to situations like that. And the first step in resolving a conflict between two employees is to find out what the real problem is, like where the root of the problem is coming from. And secondly, you should come up with clear steps to solve the problem. Have each employee come up with a series of proactive steps that can benefit the both of them. Thirdly, evaluate the solution success with a follow-up meeting between the two parties. A good manager should also keep an eye on the situation itself to prepare to take further disciplinary actions. So if you see in the workplace they're still demonstrating, like, I don't know, I guess being hostile to one another, you should figure out a plan B to correct that. The goal for a manager, well, a great manager, their focus should be is to build a united team so everybody can feel a part of it. People work better in great environments. They don't have anything to worry about. But a bad manager, they wouldn't necessarily deal with the problem, but he and she could do it in not a good way, I guess a bad way. And a manager should never have a no tolerance policy because they could end up losing great employees. A bad manager could also start more conflict by not being firm with their employees, but they could be more focused on being friends with his and her employees. When it comes to solving conflict, you have to let them know that you're in charge, and that kind of behavior is not allowed in like a professional environment. So, I mean, I don't know. Hi, welcome to Girls Boutique. Is there anything I have on the phone? Yeah, I have a dress and a size 10. A size 10? Okay. What color? Anything specific? Black. Let's see. There we go. Would you like a fitting room?
Hey, Brandi, how are you today? How are you? I'm good. I just can't help but notice that you did such a good job. I'm so proud of you.
So much. I'm trying.
I see. You've been part of my team for 3 years now. You've been very good. You haven't been late, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been late. I don't know where Brandi is. Like, girl, where is she? Like,
So sorry, I had car trouble. So sorry.
Brandi, you're 5 minutes late.
I told you in advance I thought it would be
And
okay.
just yesterday, I complimented you how good you were. You've never been late. Like, you can't do that. Matter of fact, no. Brandi, I'm going to have to terminate you. It's been a good 3 years.
Okay, you know what?
You've been late.
Just save it. I can't take it.
Girl, whatever. I don't deal with stuff like that. So, if you don't want to get fired, don't do that. That was an example of how to fire or dismiss an employee. That was a bad example of being a bad boss. In other words, that was my scenario. A good boss, however, in that scenario, they would have decided that, hey, would have shown more employee to boss consideration and would have shown more concern because this was Brandi's first time being late. It displayed wrongs as far as me being a bad boss in ways of, number one, I had no business firing Brandi in front of another employee, which is Sierra. Secondly, I made a rational decision to fire Brandi, which ultimately creates a bad reputation for me, meaning that I have no loyalty towards my employees. Or how can I get someone to work for me? So as a consequence, I have a bad reputation with my employees, so it's hard to find other employees to work for me. I lose money during my training, trying to hire a new employee. I also lose sales because Brandi was one of my best employees, so that was not a good strategical decision at all.
Thank you. Yes.
The outfit that you have chosen to wear today is not appropriate for the stocking and inventory we're doing that. So if you could please go home and change and something more appropriate.
Okay, I'll be back.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, girl.
You and Brandon can speak to you too.
Yes.
The outfit that you have chosen to wear today for inventory and restocking is not appropriate. So if you could, can you please go home and change and something more appropriate?
I can do that.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
So what is an example of a good manager? They will put an employee to the side and tell them what mistake they make instead of exposing them in front of the entire staff. And a bad employee will tell you what is wrong in front of everyone and will make a big deal out of it. For example, they would do it in front of the entire staff and not care what they think.
Okay.